Welcome to Yoga with Shanique. In this video, we're going to do something that I know as loving touch, where we're going to offer touch through our palms and fingertips in certain spots of our bodies, so that way we can release tension, but also find a bit more of a connection as we regulate our nervous systems. We'll begin laying down, so find a comfortable spot to lay down. It can be your mat, the ground, your bed. But once you're all the way down, let your legs go long and your arms at the sides of your body. Flip your palms up, close your eyes, and let's take a few breaths here. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth or nose. Do this for a few times. Just breathing in and breathing out. Once you feel settled in, place both hands over your belly button, one hand over the other. And we'll begin with a 3-part breath. So exhale all the air out. Inhale. Feel your belly button rise up to the ceiling as you expand in the belly. And then exhale, release. Feel the belly button go back down as you contract towards your mat or floor. Inhale. We find expansion. And exhale. We release and contract. Stay for 3 to 5 rounds. Breathing at your own pace. Holding this space for yourself. Sometimes the urge to fix something is really strong, when what we really need to do in some moments is hold space. Just let it be. Fully see it, fully experience it. On the bottom of your next exhale, inhale and begin to move up the body. So inhale, you lift the belly button up and expand the belly, then lift the chest up and expand the rib cage. Exhale, release. Let's do that again. Inhale, let the belly and the rib cage expand, and everything lifts. Exhale, release. Let the body soften. Do this a few times at your own pace. Noticing the energy move through you. As you create this space of loving energy. You can say to yourself, I am here. I will take care of you. You are safe with me. Inhale and exhale. At the bottom of your exhale, begin to inhale and find the breath all the way up through the neck. So lift and expand the belly, the rib cage, the chest, and now feel it rise up into the neck. Your shoulders may lift up a little bit as well. And then exhale, release. Inhale, belly, chest, neck. Exhale, soften everything back down. Again, 3 to 5 more rounds. Seeing if anywhere feels a little bit stuck. Can you give more love, more energy to that spot? And imagine it opening. Then return to your natural breath. Option to bend your knees. Let the knees touch. And then we'll go into our offering our loving kindness with our hands. So we've already done that with the hands over the belly button. On your next inhale, keep the right hand over the belly button. And exhale, place the left palm just under the right hand, so a little bit above your pubic bone. Feel the warmth of both hands on your belly. And as you offer gentle touch here, see if you can pay attention to how you're talking to yourself. Ask these 3 questions. Is what I'm saying or thinking kind, loving, necessary? The last one about being necessary has a lot to do with staying in reality and also offering non-harm. And so sometimes it's easier to compare ourselves to others, to think that someone else has it better, the grass is greener. If you were just somebody else somewhere else, these problems wouldn't be happening. And so it's important to notice when you start thinking or feeling that way, any shame or guilt for being you, and remind yourself that that's a very common feeling, but that's rooted in fear, not reality. That you can create a life that you feel so connected to and proud of living. That you can offer the love you deserve, even if it feels few and far in between finding it elsewhere. On your next inhale, slowly bring your left hand to the bottom of the ribs now, so it's just above the right hand. And we'll stay here for some time to let these spots in the body soften, to get used to touch. It's possible that you're so used to not even being touched, right? Sometimes we're busy or we forget that we can offer this kindness to ourselves, this energy, this love. You don't have to look any further. It's always with you. Then, the hand that's over the belly button, your right hand, place this hand over your chest. Now we know the chest and the heart area to be the home of love, but it can also be the home of self-acceptance. Accepting where you are at today, who you are today. So that way, if there is anywhere that you want to go or anyone you want to be, you can work with what you've got, with where you are. You don't need to become anyone else. You just need to see yourself clearly. Acknowledging is the first step. If you feel like you like to fix, then holding space is going to be a challenge because it means being with your discomfort, not trying to make it go away. On your next inhale, you can place your left hand over your heart and your right hand in front of your throat. This one's a little bit of a tricky spot. It can feel unsafe. And so if that happens, you don't have to do this variation. However, what's nice is by applying the gentle pressure of your palm and a slight pressure of the fingertips, you can offer some warmth here in this spot that helps the muscles relax and loosen. It can also help loosen up the jaw. The next spot you can do is place your hands or your left palm over your forehead. Now, this is nice for when you just feel like your mind is racing and you need it to calm down. You need things to slow down. The pressure of the hand here can offer a reminder for this spot to release. If you still have your hand over your throat, on your inhale, you can release that hand. For me, it was my right hand. For you, it might be your left. And then place the right hand behind your neck. This is also a nice spot for if you're trying to relieve a headache or just manage a headache. Doesn't mean the pain will go away, but it can bring some relief. And on your next inhale, release your hands back to the sides of your body. Let your arms rest for a moment. Take a few breaths. Then, if your arms feel ready in your hands, the next areas that we can focus on are underneath the ribs and inside the hip points or the ASIS joints in front of the hip. So what you'll do is you'll take your fingertips, place the fingertips just under the ribs, and then gently add pressure as you push in. Now, there's very little force here. I'm not doing too much. This is a delicate spot, so we don't want to over push. What we're trying to do is release pain and regulate the nervous system rather than add pain or any kind of sympathetic response. And so feel free to move your fingertips around under the ribs just gently. And this offers a little bit of a massage, and this can help with digestion. This can help with fibromyalgia pain. But it really just offers a way to soften up this spot and also do the sides of the ribs as well, because there can be some tension holding in these areas. And then if you're ready to move down to the hips, you would take your fingertips, put them on the inside of that front hip point, and then just curl the fingertips in, kind of like the rib cage, but also this is a delicate area as well. And so you're just applying a little bit of pressure. My body likes it when I move my hands around versus holding still too long. And that might be something for me to explore and maybe dealing with some more discomfort to stay longer. But because I am trying to find a bit of a release and a feeling of safety, I just kind of go with what naturally feels settling for me here. And so you can always take the liberty to listen to your body and do what you need to do here. Even if maybe at some point you would like to try to switch it up and maybe find a bit more stillness as you put a little bit of pressure into these points. Now let your arms go back to the side of your body. Option to place your left palm behind your back. You may need to let your knees go to the right side to do this. And we're just going to take a little twist here while offering loving touch to our low back, which is another area that can hold a lot of pain. And so it's almost like you're embracing yourself. It's like, I've got you. I'm here. If you've ever had a friend, family member, or a child, and they're really just having a tough time, there's that natural instinct to just be there. Maybe give them a hug. When we do this in those moments, or when we do that in those moments, we're trying to offer a sense of soothing to help co-regulate, calming the nervous system, which is also the controller of how we sense pain, our nervous systems. Inhale, come back to center, release the left hand, and exhale, switch. Let your legs go to the left. And now you'll bring your right palm to your low back, and you can place your left hand on top of your thigh or wherever feels natural. On the next inhale, you can stay a bit longer. I feel like on this side, I'm already ready to get out. So please, by all means, do what you need to do here. But on the inhale, bring the knees back to center when ready. And then just give yourself one more, we haven't really hugged. So just give yourself a hug here. So you can cross your ankles and you can grab your fingertips or opposite wrists or elbows and guide the knees in towards the chest. Fully embracing yourself here, knowing that you don't need to be anyone or anything else. We need you as you are. This world needs us to be authentic, to be loving, kind, gentle, human, not perfect, not disconnected. We need more of this energy. Inhale, slowly bring your hands behind your knees, and an option to rock back and forth so you can get a little bit of a massage in your low back. Once you come up to a seat, sit tall and observe, how are you feeling after offering yourself the loving touch that's available to you at all times just through your hands. This was a game changer for me. I have dealt with chronic pain, OCD, fibromyalgia, and autoimmune issues for a really long time, possibly my whole life, and just didn't know it. And doing this loving touch and thinking about cultivating a safe space and positive energy and loving kindness, all of these things have helped me grow stronger and more resilient for when I am going through probably some of the toughest times in life. So it does not mean that everything is peachy and we are going to pretend like nothing bad ever happens. However, it can help us move forward and process and find solutions instead of staying stuck in the sympathetic nervous system. So, I hope you've enjoyed this class. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now. Namaste. Thank you for sharing this practice with me today. If you found this helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with someone who might need a little calm today. See you next time.